qualifying win that they needed to get to the minor for EU. But nonetheless, Team 5 is a great team. Look for them to take this match here.
I agree wholeheartedly. So Team 5 to the T side, starting out by pushing up into mid and T apartments, it looks like. Fanning out just a little bit. They leave one player. That's going to be Karis at the bottom end of Banana, but he's been vanquished by Fasher, who just gets the kill and gets out, not really peering up for any further information, but the man advantage is gathered by Team Endpoint for the time being.
And that was a big kill by Fasher. Now he's got that banana control. He's able to make that spot if they do come back to banana and give his team the early warning that a banana hit's coming in. Right now, Team 5's taking their time. That A-Halls is what they want to create pressure for, but I do imagine at some point they're going to be going back towards that banana to pull some of these 4 Endpoint players off.
Yeah, that's what they need to do. Endpoint right now is just solidified on this A site. Team 5 are going to need to do something, pull out of their sleeves. And right now it just looks like it's going to be a brute force with one flashbang into the site. They come screaming in. They will just wreck everybody. Everybody gets one frag apiece, it appears, as well. It's going to be 2-man retake, leaving one in pit, which was Mighty Max, but he too has been pulled out of the pit, leaving Fasher in a 1v4. There are a lot of lit players here. They're going to quadruple peek him, and it'll be the first easy round for Team 5.
Yeah, just like you said, a brute force swarm into that site. Endpoint was primed to pick up some kills there, but nobody able to really get anything on that execute. You do see the one kill coming in at the end, but Mighty Max, he was the guy in the spot to make that happen in the small pit, but unfortunately doesn't pick up any kills, and Team 5 take that round. Very fast, very strong.
It's interesting that it only took one flashbang to do that, even when they had equal numbers on the A site. Typically, you would think a 4-man stack up on the A site is a sign of you did all your homework, you saw what was coming, you prepared for the inevitable, and you even called the right shots, but just couldn't quite get it done on the front end where the rubber meets that road.
Ooh, those are 2 big picks towards middle now, and they're going to start lurking up. It's going to be down to Mighty Max once again. He's got a CZ in his smoke. He might be lucky enough to make something happen here.
They got one kill, but the attention from Mighty Max was split as Palm comes up from underneath. All the while, it did appear as if Kevin? Not sure.
I'm gonna say Kev.
Okay, maybe Chad will let us know here in a second. They always are very helpful in that aspect. Yeah. So 2 umps being saved right now. I think one of them was purchased by them, and the other one was stolen from Team 5 side, being Karis. Yes, that's going to be Emmy that holds that. But the hunt begins for Team 5. The round is secured at this point. They surround them in the B site with Palm coming up the B end of things, and it's Kev down towards CT's side.
Should get. Oh my gosh! It just passes him, and now Palm might get caught, and he does.
A little bit of crossfire there, trusting of that nade. Filtering in one at a time right now. Kev with a MAC-10 has nothing to lose, but they do pick up 1 frag. Is it worth it? Yes, I'd say so, because they pulled armor off as well. It wasn't just 2 dry UMPs being saved. If they get 2 kills with the UMPs, 1 apiece, and then it washes out, kind of losing those UMPs, whatever, because you're not going to have really a weapon in the next round anyways. But the fact that they lost that armor is pretty devastating. Now you only have 1 guy, Emmy.
Yeah, but nonetheless, they did take down the 3 people, so a little bit of a successful round. Emmy was able to make a little bit of money, too, on that force buy, so he's sitting at 3K now with an armor and a molly in hand. So he's still in good spirit here to not only get a couple kills, but guarantee a nice off buy next round.
1 for 1, lots of mollies. Stanley actually gets 2 kills with a CZ. Excuse me, as Emmy gets overwhelmed. The B site's going to be ready as the number 6 and the number 9 player, Karis and YZN, push into the site. They smoke off the construction end of things as Fasher's going to be greeted by that blockade, especially with a Molotov in there as well. It may have even been heard as that Molly does 1 tick of damage. So Stanley has the MAC-10, and it looks like he's either going to be working towards the bottom end of Banana or just looking for exit frags, as Team Endpoint don't really have much of a chance without a kit.
And I think that's what they're going to be going for here. Stanley, he might as well pull that MAC-10 out and try and get himself $600 more. He's going to be buying next round anyway. Emmy did a good job there. Unable to get Karis. I think if he got Karis, that would have changed the round. Allowed Endpoint to rotate in. Unfortunately, he's only able to get Karis to 13 HP, and that gave the free B bomb site to Team 5. and they clean it up. That round started off really well with Stanley's 2 CZ kills, but unfortunately, IMI wasn't able to reciprocate that at the B side, and Team 5 hitting their 3rd round.
Yeah, Stanley's just going to toss this MAC-10 to the wayside. No reason to keep it. I don't know.
He might keep it and just chart. No, okay, it's gone. It's gone.
Because if he makes that investment of armor and utility on top of his, what is now a MAC-10, the return on investment is, okay, you lose utility plus 1,000, you know, so you might be losing 1,600.
Sure. I was thinking he was going to go maybe they were looking for maybe a fast play, and that's why he was going to keep the MAC-10, but nope, no fast play, just a default, and he picks up a Colt instead.
So now that rifle rounds are in play, excuse me, this is likely going to be Team Endpoint's default. A default that a lot of teams implicate. Go ahead, I got to take a drink.
No problem now, and you see that banana push off coming from Endpoint now as they are forced back into that B side. Team 5 putting on that Hulse pressure at the same time, and they're making the CTs play very honest here. You're seeing Endpoint fall now into that passive play and really give Team 5 that map control that they need now to go into this latter round here with 1 minute left. Where does Team 5 decide to execute on? And it looks like they are going to put a little bit of mid pressure and then drift back towards that B bomb site here.
There's a tall smoke that comes down to block off Arch, and that's Weber that's separated from the rest of the A site. But bracket control's there, and Weber just sprays 2 players through smoke. I have no indication of how he knew those players were there or in those exact spots, but he sprays the exact 2 positions he needs. Gets the early frags, and that could very well be enough to get Endpoint on the round, scoreboard-wise.
And now forcing through that smoke, absolutely nothing there for them. Endpoint getting on the board now. Great job from Weber picking up that mid. Oh, those multi-kills in middle were huge. You see the terrorist side drift back to the B site, where this Endpoint still holding on to 2 smokes are able to easily smoke that entrance, get that early frag, close out the round, and Endpoint now on the board here. This is a big round coming up. Are they able to string 2 rounds together now and force Team 5 onto that eco?
I mean, Team 5 must have thought someone was standing tall over the smoke on a boost. Like, that was so accurate. Right on point. They might anticipate something like that in future rounds, so expect to see if there's a smoke at top end of arches that you'll start to see Team 5 looking up towards the top ends of those smokes. See if somebody's boosting over it. But Team 5 now, they're reduced a little bit. They have 1 op, but they also have 1 CZ on Palm, and their utility's a little bit lacking, but they do favor their smokes as now everybody starts to huck things up and over the walls with flashbangs as well. YZN's going to be your entry fragger for the day, rounding the corner with a nice pop flash. Emmy shot in the back, but now YZN might get the same response, but we're spraying through smoke again, just as accurately. 5 HP for Fasher. It's going to have to start to fall back, maybe start to become the back line for the rest of the team.
Oh, they're already saving.
What do they call save?
Yeah, I mean, 5 people in the B side, all alive. They have plenty of HP. You didn't even touch them going in. You're already pretty much a man down on Fasher. So this retake is hard set, and they're already out of there. Mighty Max might get a couple kills. Gets 1. And that's going to be $600 in his pocket, but he's being chased. And that's it.
Yeah, he was just not able to get that last magazine chambered in again, but it is a 1-for-1 after that. And you get 3 survivors currently for both teams. Stanley's looking to kill Jazar. Jazar? I like that
with
name.
The laser.
Sometimes, like, me coming into the casting the EU scene, a lot of NA players will reverse their names. And it's just like, I have to look at the name and you think, okay, is it backwards? And so I looked at it, I was like, it's capitalized with an R on the end. Razyaj?
Well, Team 5 picking up that round, and that was huge on their part now. You see that force by coming on to Endpoint. Their money is reset, and they need to do their best here to stay in this game. Luckily, they saved those 4 guns, and they were allowed to battle back into this round now.
Yeah, that ends up being a very painful instance for Team Endpoint. Oh, yeah?
In the A-Hall. I love it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it doesn't quite get you above.
Oh, it does. It does.
Like,
so what'll happen is when the guy at the staircase looks up to clear end of halls, Stanley should get the kill. There it is.
Voila. It's like a beautiful cake just pieced together at the very end.
And
just
if
one
the guy
little
peeks
last
you from
piece.
window, well, he's peeking into a double stack. So
Yeah.
it's a very nice stack.
There it is. Okay. So, Endpoint, they do need to pull out tricks out of the hat to win these, it seems, so far. They come up pretty clever boosts right now. And Team 5 want to keep the momentum ahead because they could break the back of the Team Endpoint's economy right here and right now, only permitting one win. But at the same side of that is that Team 5, if they lose this round, their own economy is going to suffer as well. So they are currently smoked off at top end of Banana, but it's just Chorus that's keeping these two guys here, that being Emmy and Fasher, as the execute towards brackets starts. Weber not successful this time as YZNs gets traded out back and forth, but Jzar gets the kill. Now Mighty Max needs to hold. He's got one. He's going to try and retreat back into the site, and he does round that corner in time. Jzar is met with a Molotov here as well. It's going to buy some time for the rotate if it's necessary. But with 14 seconds, the B team needs to start moving because they know it's not going to be in that direction. Mighty Max tries to push through the smoke. It's no good. So it'll be a 2-on-2.
Through looking for a kill. You hate to see it.
Flashes in. Karis blind for the time being, but he turns just at the right time. Spots one, looking for the spray down to number 2. He's going to reset himself, but it's already done considerable damage against Fasher. And that is the eco reset. Team 5 keep their head above the water, and now they can clamber up onto some dry land. If they can even make use of some SMGs in the next play, if they so choose.
Yeah, that's a very bad round to lose from Endpoint there. Mighty Max is doing such a great job. Gets that entry kill, falls back into sight, mollies off the trade, then smokes it with 10 seconds left. But as soon as he goes through that smoke, well, that gives them the whole A site, that gives them the bomb plant, and that gives them the post plant position because of that smoke as well. And Team 5 exploit every single inch that was given to them there and take the round.
Well, Endpoint, they claim that their economy is still good, and they're still making good use of it. 2 early kills, almost a third as well, as YZN caught one to the face, down to 7 HP. Now, that was based off of a boost over top of the wall in Banana to give them the first frag, and then the top end of brackets finds kills and success as well. Now, Palm is a little bit left to dry right now. He's at the top end of the apartments, peeking into the A site. Sees nothing quite yet, but Team 5 are spread out completely. You got one in mid, you got one in Banana, you got one in these apartments, and they lost Banana just now. Yeah. Oh, Palm sees the barrel of Mighty, though. It's merely a bait. Oh, but Palm!
Simply getting picked apart here on the Team 5 side. A lot of isolations, no trade opportunities going down. YZN getting to 7 HP basically knocks him out of the round. And that's what you needed out of the Endpoint side. Just a confident surprise buy that really shocks the economy now of Team 5 and halts it.
So every kill right now that Jzar can get is super valuable. Now that was a cute little play right there. Mighty Max and company on the A site between Pit dropped or jumped on that A site, drew the attention back to the A site while Pit just came in and shot him in the back.
Yeah, it was good teamwork from the Endpoint side. The chemistry for that last kill, like you were saying, Jzar wants to pick up kills in that situation. Endpoint double peeking there gives Jzar at most 1 kill. So good job there from Endpoint using their communication and teamwork to pick up that round. And look at what happens from that force buy. Look at Team 5 and the shock to the economy now. What they thought would be a normal eco round ends up being them losing, and now on to 2 umps, a CZ, and a Galil.
Maybe Endpoint need to keep the pace of the game a little bit faster. Keep Team 5 from setting up, because we've seen setups on the B side especially where we saw smokes over towards construction, we saw flashes into the site, blinding the player at first oranges. So here comes the smoke. CT and construction, flashes coming in, a third player rotating into the site as they filter straight in. YZN's going to be the entry fragger, he's toast. The Palm's able to refrag, but the guy's separated off because of the smoke and construction, it seems. Weber, those behind in dark, and is able to keep the guys off the site for the time being, giving Stanley a little bit more bravery as well to push through that smoke included.
Yeah, it was great early rotate over by Endpoint. Suspecting something's going on, not really hearing too much action going on in that ult. They bring it over to Banana. The guess was correct. Easy B hold. Weber, great job through that smoke to get his entry kills there. And Endpoint are making a fight in here. Team 5 aren't running away with this as quickly as they thought, or at least I thought they would.
So just pistols for Team 5. They go for Glocks and P250s. Endpoint now can start to spread their wings a little bit and feel a little bit more comfortable because they were on the ropes by every definition. That force buy from them is really what saved the day. They kept things up with an AWP and a couple M4s. I think that's it. Everybody else had pistol armor and a CZ, I think, included in there. For Mighty Max, it was. And they all saved the day. They all worked together. So can they work together again just to stop the bomb from being planted? Because Team 5 want this bomb plant. They're going to end up with 3 rounds of loss bonus, and the extra $800 is going to mean a little bit extra utility. Mighty Max is a little bit struggling to get on target, but does end up resetting. It was all the air strafing from the T's coming out of those waterfall strategy out of the apartments, but around nonetheless for Endpoint.
Clean round, losing only one guy. At the end of the day, that's a decent eco. It allows the majority of players to build their economy going into this latter half now, as we are 10 rounds in, going into the 10th round on this half. We do see no op on the Team 5 side, so we do see Imi get aggressive at that banana, and that looks like what he's going to be deciding to do. Could see a couple kills and that banana control go the way of Endpoint very early into this game.
Mollies and smokes, flashbangs as well. It's a top banana, but the real action happens over towards top mid right now. Even though they got a kill over towards B, does that pull a rotator? Doesn't seem so right now. Mighty Max trying to just lurk. He's baiting his team so hard. Stanley was there. They commit. Mighty Max is able to get one, but he's going to get re-peeked. That is the hardest bait I've ever seen.
That's the second time he's over-peeked a corner. He walked into that because he thought they were falling back. Just hang out for a second, let it develop a little bit more, and then peek there. He would have had a 3K if he just had a little bit more patience. Unfortunately, another round for Team 5 because of the eagerness, the antsiness to get involved.
I mean, that was a designed bait. It was a designed play. But it's so hard to stay still right there. I guess he stayed still at the right time, like to sell the bait, but you're right, he pushed out that boiler and exposed himself to 2 additional players when he could have taken him a piecemeal one at a time.
Fasher does drop a gun there, so he keeps the economy low enough. You're going to see Team 5 buy up. Their economy is going to be shot going into this round. So Endpoint, they're still in a decent here position now. If they do win this round, Team 5 do go on to that eco, and a 9-6 starts being a little bit more possible for the UK side.
Yeah, again, both economies are endangered. Could be another fast B play. Fasher throws a flash. No, it's actually a molly with a smoke to stop things up. Team 5 threatening to play this one fast, and they do. Coming up and in, the flashbang's great. It blinds 4 players. Now Fasher's spotting all this. Rotations are coming, but they come in time. Weber now, backside of construction. He's been so lethal, and I anticipate a smoke or something to come here. Is a molly going to be enough? The bomb's planted, but Stanley with the air nade detonates right on the bomb planter, and the bomb's been fumbled. It's a 4-on-3, 4-on-2 as Jazar finds 2 more kills. Carr is planting the bomb with Weber lurking out through smoke, through the coffins, and a +1 frag, but Jazar has the drop on him. Mighty Max is forced now to save.
That was interesting from the Endpoint side. That aggressive B was coming in pretty fast. Fasher even got tagged through the smoke, but nobody drops any nades at that top banana. So Team 5, they're simply just, hey, nobody's here, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, until they're right in the site getting the entry frag. There was no real nade usage coming out from the Endpoint side to push them back. Unfortunately, that's Team 5's round again, and it's those little things right now that I think are costing Endpoint. The odd smoke, the person over peaking, and those are the little things that are costing them this half at this point.
I think you're exactly right. I think you make a really good point. Hey, there's no nades against us yet. Keep moving up a little bit further, a little bit further. They're still not using them. So that could be an indication of the economy. I said at the beginning of that round that the economy was endangered for both sides. So maybe what nades they were holding on to were not going to be applied early.
They had the nade set to at least hold it back for a rotate to come in, for sure.
This is the anti-eco.
And it's clean.
Entirely successful, yeah. So an 8-4 scoreline. Team 5 now securing the half at least, as Endpoint already have their economy under their feet. No, actually, it's been 3 rounds. It's just that one eco round made it seem like it was It was so quick. They go for a double op. I like this play. So Emmy's going to take his op to the B site. Weber, who's been floating between A and, or really Arches and B site, is going to go a little bit more committal towards possibly apartments. No, he's going to wrap around towards Boiler in top mid.
I like the saying that he's playing right now. Oof. Jzar plays a better one and gets Imi at B. That's huge there. You don't see the rotations, however, coming from Endpoint, so they're holding strong.
Well, they get the kill in the apartments right now, and they find another one as well. Stanley catches Palm in the Boiler. So Team 5 with an initial first frag, lose 2 at this A site, and they do leave Kev up here on Arches, possibly to catch a rotator coming off of this site. He's so close to this angle. Should have been spotted by Stanley, I think, first. Would have had the drop on him, but the rotation's going B, with Kev now coming in from behind. Maybe even to just stump this, but there's a flank on a flank, it seems. Mighty Max coming up Banana. This might be something Team 5 do not anticipate in any direction. It looks like he's just going to park it down here in the tunnel.
And we have a stalemate here. Nobody's overextending. We see the banana park from Mighty Max. He played this in the previous round. Now, this is a very nice angle. I like this from him. As well, you see Kev just hanging out. He thinks there's somebody in A. Now he's going to be making his way over to the banana bomb site, where we see the 2 CTs and Fasher set up.
Well, this is wild. Now, there's the first frag. Mighty Max now feeling a little bit more confident to push up banana. Of course, the bomb carrier might just be the saving grace, but he has to get away from the grasp of Mighty Max. He's going to have the support right now of Kev coming up into the site. They're at water. The longer they wait, the time is going to be a problem. The Molly pushes one out, but Fasher takes the kill, and the mousetrap snaps shut. So that was just brain game from both teams right there. I love that Endpoint recognized their weakness, recognized where Team 5 were, and put themselves in a far superior position with Mighty Max at bottom banana.
Fasher brought the op into Emo with him in the back right corner. So after he got that entry kill on the person walking in with the op, he switches to the M4, and then he gets his final kill. It's a great choice by Fasher there, starting off with the op pick, then he picks up the M4 because he knows he's going to be rushed. So good salvaging of his teammate's gun there.
Okay. Team 5 seems like they get Endpoint to the breaking point of economy, and they just can't quite finish. So they want top mid right now. They do have to worry about Mighty Max and Imi, who are working the crossfire flank. But Mighty Max takes a little bit of damage. I think that was an op through a pillar, and as well as a little bit of nade work. And Emi on the other side of that takes nearly as much damage, and they're forced to fall back. Team 5 getting a little bit of cold feet at top mid, but they push forward again. Remember, they did lose YZ in early, and now they have leaning on towards the arch side. It's a 3-man defense right now with nothing to prevent them from wrapping around into the B site. They have full 40-some seconds, and it looks like they're going to exploit this. They're not going to see anything in this direction. Kev might clean out library. Oh, yeah, they're wrapping this A site completely up. There's the first. Mighty Max down, one of the best defenders on this A site so far. Emi and Stanley both reduced down to the site itself. Now Emi just on the back corner of the site is hanging out behind this box. Karis is going to peek. Looks like Emi gets the kill, looking for JZ. Over gets the shot, but he will be traded out. Good work right there from Emi. At least makes this retake feasible. Wait. Is the bomb? Oh, it tumbled up high. Run, Palm. Get the bomb.
Can he get it?
5 seconds.
Ah, he's got it.
If he does, it's... Oh, yeah, he's got it. 1 second in remainder.
I really like that vice that was just tightening on that A site from Team 5 as they're slowly getting into their positions to pick up kills and get into that site. That was a great, slow, progressive, methodical play out of the Team 5 side.
There they come into the side. The flashbang's behind them. There's a flank around the CTs right now. The bomb, is it planted for Kev? It absolutely is not. It could be diffused from that side. It's going to be one on the smoke. Kev sprays the first down. Weber is now on the bomb, down to 3 seconds, 2 seconds. The spray's there. Kev can't find it. That was just an unfortunate bomb plant position. You want to play in that default position so it forces them on the outside of that box. There were many places you could have diffused it from where it was.
And now going into this last round, Team 5, no ops, no money, really. I guess you could say the same about Endpoint, that you see that ump come on the field, You only see Imi and Stanley really with those nades. And let's see how that affects this round.
A lot of early damage done to the CTs. Is it enough, though, with those 2 SMGs? Oh, Weber. Did he hit? That one was through the wall. Looked like it was on point, but I think there were some Ts that were already lined up, or at least damage from nades, possibly. As they fan out, they look for some damage as well. It's going to be difficult to do. They need kills, and to see if a CT over-peaks, one of those AKs can get a frag. Who knows? But again, Stanley, man, his smoke shots are just perfect timing. Stanley decides to spray the boiler right at the perfect moment and kills Palm.
UKCS is turning into the early German scene, Kappa. Let's see how many people in chat get. No, I mean, these smoke bangs have been great out of the Endpoint side.
Well, they're stomping around the apartments quite loudly right now. Stanley is falling back to pit. Mighty Max going to take the high side of the apartments, and the bomb's up there. Mighty Max cooks a chicken up here as well, as I hear. But Jazar out with a MAC-10 would be first. Might be able to catch the first player. Mighty Max may overpush this, or just manage to sneak across Jazar's line of sight as he checked. He does, just in time. Drags him right to left, right across the dome, and the bomb finds itself in the exact same position as before. Karis is going to recover it far sooner, though. Does he get a better bomb plant position? Amen, brother.
And there it is. It looks like this half is going to go the way. I mean, you see that flank coming in by Fasher right now, but Imi, I don't think he's going to be doing much with this molly. He might even go down before... Oh, this molly's going to get the graveyard guy.
YZ comes right up the stairs. Nice frag. 2-on-2, players lit. Favoring Team 5 right now with a healthy Kev. There's the first frag. Karis even hears the player above him, drops into pit. Now Kev just needs to play time right now. Fasher does have the kit. Is he just going to stick this one out?
I like...
Not going to work.
Oh. I mean, Kev had the advantage in the site. He could have played the pillars. He could have played boxes. Fasher could have got off the bomb, but I kind of like that. When you're right in the face of the enemy, why not full defuse? Maybe he anticipates you're going to fake and, you know, start clearing for him. So he's taking the chance that Kev was holding a tight angle there and not really expecting him to full defuse. Good effort. Unfortunately, doesn't really go his way.
So a 9-6 scoreline comes down. Pretty manageable for Team Endpoint. I anticipated actually maybe a 10-5. 11-4 was even a possibility on my radar after looking at the records. But we saw creativity from Endpoint. We saw boosts. We saw some spray downs through smokes. A little bit of luck dashed in there, but a pinch of salt is all that's needed to make a tasty recipe sometimes.
This is a big pistol round coming up here from the Endpoint side. Are they able to get the... Ooh, Imi with the dualies. So is Endpoint able to get this, bring it back, win those 2 consecutive rounds and make it 9-9? Who knows? But Team 5 with this mid push. Fast play.
Well, they're going to get overshot, though. They overpass their opponents. They see them making their way in. Kev's got... Their Karis already gets 2. Not too shabby of a recovery right there. The T's nearly get all the way into apartments uncontested. Nice little drive-by from Mighty Max, catching Palm. As the bomb will make its way into the A site successfully, Kev's still working a flank right here. He's into the apartments just behind the T's, and the bomb will be planted on site. YZN's going to be wrapping across porch side of things, and Kev holds the high ground. They need to find these players quickly. They have no kit. Trying to work a crossfire for each other, creating that, but they expose themselves to a couple extra angles. Kev ducking, diving with 2! And now it's just Fasher. Now, remember, there's no kit. Where's this bomb planted? It's planted exactly for Fasher. Beautiful.
Oh. Fasher doing a good job jiggling the tight angles before going for that bomb peak because he knows Kev has to make that play, and he catches Kev pushing up. Endpoint with a very much needed pistol to get them on the board.
That was the NT. So the 9-6 half is going to be evaporated if Team 5 can't manage their CZ armor purchase. Grenades to top mid, doing damage to Karis. Looks like he's just jumping for information right now. Top end of Banana sees nothing. So Team 5 have plenty of smokes, actually. A whole boatload of them. 4 to work with to slow things down, but you need the mollies paired up if you really want to drag this into the latter part of the round and force the clock to your favor.
This is a good job from the Endpoint side. They're not overextending. They're waiting for any pop flash peats, anything aggressive that Team 5 might come out with. Team 5 right now, all they're really hitting them with that's fancy is that double stack towards the arch side that you see with Jazar and I believe Palm, who are now just waiting with those CZs for any unsuspecting terrorists to just get mowed down. Oh man, I hope they go arch side. Oh no, they're going to go towards the lane, it looks like.
Now they're thinking about coming this direction. They have smoked off, so you're exactly right. I think they do want to end up going around porch, but if they have a flashbang, which they have plenty of, and there's a little bit of an angle on that smoke, there goes the flash. They turn for it, and they go 1-2 punch. Stanley gets a kill and a half, and Weber will finish off the job on Jazar. There's now one Kev is on site and tucked in, and he's completely blinded. Just the flash work right now from Endpoint was enough to uproot.
It wasn't. They didn't throw a flash. They didn't throw a flash. It was just smoke.
They played anti-flash.
Yeah, they threw that smoke, and it forced Team 5 thought it was a flash, so both of them turned around. But it's only a smoke, and Endpoint came through and had a terrorist with a CT with his back turned. That's just unlucky, I think, from the Team 5 side. They're expecting a little more effort in regards to clearing that area, I think, out of Endpoint. But Endpoint just threw a smoke and caught Team 5 off.
Cheekiness. We saw that in the first half from Team Endpoint. Boosts that you typically don't see, like in the apartments at the bottom end of stairs. We saw a lot of luck spraying through smoke. We're seeing some fake flashes as smoke grenades to get players to turn. And now they should be able to even things up 9-up against just the vanilla purchase from Team 5 being USPs and P2000s. 5-man stack to the B site. Looks like they've chosen wisely. Flashes and mollies in as a retreating CT is going to try and make his way out as they go to boost up. Hardly enough time to set themselves up, but they might set up just enough to get a frag or two. Without the armor. Oh, they got one.
I think 4 kills going the way of the SMGs as well for the Endpoint side. So they've built themselves quite a little wallet there in their pockets now as well. Only losing 4 people in that round means everybody's going to keep their guns. And Stanley does drop the MAC-10 again. I actually like keeping the MAC-10 on T side just because you can clear those tight angles like halls and everything really well with the MAC-10. You can play a little bit faster on the strats, on the B executes with the MAC-10. However, Stanley opting to go for the AK, not a bad choice either. Let's see what he can do with it.
3 close banana. Flashes, grenades now being sectioned off. 2 CTs try to peek out. Traded out immediately thereafter, but Chorus is the only sole survivor of this B site at 40 HP. He throws a smoke to cover his own retreat, and that does stop Endpoint for the time being. A bloody start to the round with 2 kills being traded both directions, typically going to be favoring your T side. But that's a lot of utility wasted, actually, from Endpoint. I mean, Team 5 didn't have full utility on top of those rifles because their economy wasn't solid. So it's actually more money lost for Endpoint.
Ooh. And Team 5's gamble stacking towards that B site right now. Love it. They're leaving Palm to play it alone. Now they're moving over to that bomb site B.
Weber's trying to sell it to A with a flash and a smoke. Now, this is going to be pretty easy to read. Mollies, double molly, double smoke coming down into the site right now. Mighty Max is peeking in, looking for the boost. Nobody's home. They might sense that this A site is actually wide open. But they use Molotovs to push players out of the dark spot, and the bomb will be planted in the coffins. Jazar not doing any damage through the coffins this time, as now he's going to be working from CT, from construction, and he's the last man standing.
That's a big round coming into Endpoint now. That was a great little group up towards that B bomb site. Team 5 even guessing on that gamble stack, not able to close it out. Going back onto that save, and now Endpoint in the lead for what I believe is the first time of this match.
I would have to agree with you. So, what can they do with it? Can they hold on? Team 5 weren't able to hold on. But now it's going to be Endpoint that will likely extend their lead now, trying to grow this little cuddly bundle of joy that they've got, because it's a match that they desperately need in the season so far. And hey, there's a little bit of extra help. Jazar just caught a CZ to the face from Palm. 2 headshots, drops him down to 20.
A little miscommunication, but it's all right. A little UK news. UK driver Lewis Hamilton actually won his 4th Grand Prix. So they're happy out there, I'm sure, in the UK world right now. That's big news for them. That's why a little UK tidbit for the day.
Yeah.
That's what's going on there to me.
More than tea and crumpets.
Yeah. They're driving fast.
Faster than everybody else, apparently. We'll fix that. I'll send a memo out to Ford. Oh, they're not in. Are they in Grand Prix?
No, they aren't,
No,
unfortunately.
sad. Never mind. We don't have any more racing. It's all for Lost. All right, so smokes to go block off the arch end, but this is merely a ruse, if you will. Emmy's going to be pushing up now to top end of Cubby. He's going to get shot in the back and completely quashed. So these pistols now upgrade to 1 rifle. Be handed over to your healthy player with the armor being Karis. But sole defender here, YZN, is at construction. Currently sectioned off. The bomb would be planted. He's just here for information to make sure the T's as well don't expand off to the site as much.
Clean Nico round again. Look at the money now on Endpoint. 12K, 11K, 2 people sitting above 7. They're primed. They're going to be in a very good position here. The double up setup coming out from Team 5 is another blow to their economy. If they pick up this round loss here, yeah, they're going to have mercy money. But it's going to be shot. 3K, 3.1, just a bare minimum.
Double up. Can they hang on? They go for the quick boost. The headshot missed it just off the mark. And they take a solid grenade as well. Ouch. About 35 damage to Karis and then about 40 damage done to YZN. Just for the opportunity to try and get a headshot over the B wall.
Endpoint going back to that B bomb site, and it's a great choice. They don't know it yet, but they've already done so much damage with those nades that if they do end up entering that site, well, technically, there's only one guy with the health, if you put those 2 together, that can fight them off. So we'll see the positioning from Team 5 really have to come into effect to withstand this B-site plow from Endpoint.
Karis needs his first frag. There's an opportunity here to line up a collateral as well, but Endpoint are most certainly going to be smoking off CT side. So the shot from Karis should never develop. There's the flash, there's the smoke. He misses the timing on the shot, and here comes the tease. It's YZN on the front end of it, and he's overwhelmed immediately as Jazar's op is spraying through the smoke as well, missing just wide right. Oh, there's the wall bang through the coffins. That's something the op can do far better than the M4s. As Karis now falls back, the bomb will be reset and planted it again.
This is a big kill. He slowed down the plant. That allowed Kev now to come in. They have a little bit more time on the bomb to now play with this retake here. It's going to be interesting to see where Palm puts this molly. And unfortunately, he does not put it where they need.
I don't know. I think you give up the ghost right here. Get your guns and guys out of there. Save the armor and the op. Maybe even recover the second op. A 1-for-1 trade right there. Make it a 1-for-3 on the retake. Oh, so fast. So Team 5's economy is back down to the bottom tier. They can buy down with max loss bonus down to about $3,000, and they'll still be able to have a full buy.
Light armor, pistol light armor, I'd say. But Endpoint there, you see Team 5 try and almost force their way into that B bomb site there. They don't have the nades to smoke off Banana. They don't really have too many people with the Molotovs to hit every corner they need, like Water or that dark corner or Emo. So Team 5 pretty much had to go into 4 terrorists holding crossfires blind. Team Endpoint cleans them up pretty easily. You see maybe 1 or 2 kills go the way of Team 5. But overall, another confident round going the Endpoint side, another boost to their economy, and puts them further in the driver's seat here, in my opinion. They're looking like they have the pace, the form in this latter half to really take the rest of this match.
Yeah, so far flawless on their T side, and they haven't shown any sign of weakness at all. Let's see. 3 survivors. Sorry, last round. 4 prior to that. 3-4, 3-4, 3. And only the pistol round was the close one. That came down to a 1-on-1. But you know what? That was a 1-on-3 that came down to a 1-on-1. Remember, the bomb was planted on the opposite of default box, and they ended up holding on for that. So Endpoint's T side is looking so far to be insurmountable. They try to play fast down Banana. They're walking straight into Stanley's welcoming arms, who sprays down a second one through the car. And you've got a 2-on-5 situation. Another successful anti-eco, it seems, so far, and lots and loads of money.
Yeah, no, I want to see that group
Did you ever
up.
play that game? What was that game? The British guy that sells you the guns, and he's like, loads of money.
I don't know, but I just
You
got
kill zombies and
vu.
stuff. It's so much fun.
I got deja vu, like horrible deja vu.
Chat'll help us out with that one. Dosh. He goes, Dosh.
Can Karis pick up these 2 kills here? This is going to be huge. He has the CZ armor. That's 1. And he has bombs, so they got to come for 2. Boom. Almost a bad eco round, but there's some silver lining with Karis getting those 2 kills.
I'm Googling it. It's not finding it, though. Can't remember what that game was. Killing Floor. That's it. I was like, Killing Floor.
I played Killing Floor.
Killing Floor is amazing. The guy that sells you the guns is a British guy. He's like, loads of money. Yes. Chat's figured it out just at the same time I did. I'll give them credit, though. So they have tons of it. They've got 2 rounds under their belt in the instance that rounds are lost, which means that Team 5 are in for a world of hurt if they don't get healthy rounds themselves. They need to replicate what Endpoint have done to them so far. And here comes a Molotov. The 2 CTs at top of Banana are completely cut off from the retreat. Mighty Max takes them both. A double molly flushes them out of sandbags and prevents the fallback. And they've just been wiped clean. I love that strategy from Endpoint.
Okay, now Endpoint finally slowing down here. They're looking for a little bit of information. This is what Team 5 need now. They need to group up towards that A site because if Endpoint do come in here and they smoke off Jazar, he's going to be rotating towards that Moto side and it's going to be leaving Palm now isolated in that big pit to hold the site. Also, on the other side where we have Kev holding in that coffin area, he's perfect to play that retake scenario, maybe get himself 1 or 2 kills, and just allow his team to rotate in. So depending on how this round plays out, we're going to have to see something big come out of Kev here. Some proper Counter-Strike to keep them in this.
Smoke's off. The CT defender should be a free bomb plant unless Kev can spray through the smoke, which is pretty much what we've seen so far today. Looks like a little bit of self-molly damage, self-immolation. Kev, though, pushes through the smoke, gets chopped down. Death from above. Retake now between an M4 and an AWP on Jazar, who's through the smoke, looking for the frag, but Stanley catches him immediately thereafter. Palm now in a 1v2, doing damage, but he's going to get re-peeked with a nade in hand. And it's a disaster right now for Team 5. Have yet to find any solace on their CT end. They can buy pistol armor here again, but, you know, their eco rounds can only take them so far. It looks like they're actually going to go for broke.
Yeah, they are, and that's kind of been the way they've been playing the CT side. They've been playing, you know, go big or go home this whole time, and unfortunately, it's starting to look like they're going to be going home here, Dallas.
Yeah, what is this? That's 8 rounds in a row for Team Endpoint, at least on this T
and
side.
Confident rounds, too. We haven't really seen too many scenarios where we're like, oh my gosh, who's going to take this? Endpoint has been dominating their T side. Dominating. What's the most they've lost? This last round was the most they've lost in 2 people the whole half.
Right. Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier, except for that pistol round, but it's just a pistol round, you know? And they get another kill to start off the round through smoke, this time being in Fasher's hands. Karis thinks about pushing down Banana, stumbles his way down, but wisely will start to retreat as they go for what was a 2-2 defense, but it looks like Kev is going to go all the way back through Speedway to support this A site right now. And Team Endpoint have a full minute to play with. And they don't have to force their hand.
Not at all. I'd like to point out Stanley's got 30 kills almost.
Good old
Doing
Stanley.
a great job for his side.
So they got 3 defenders on A directly, and Chorus might come down Banana. But here's the execute. They take the first, being Jazar. You got 1 on site now. Kev was thinking about doubling back, but he gets caught in the smoke, and just Palm left. Not the deepest of mags, but he's got 2. Looking for the third, almost. Stanley was down to 15 HP. A single USP shot would have ended him and turned it to a 2-on-2. I think it would have ended up being a 2-on-1 because he would have been immediately traded out. So it's a 3-on-1, and it's the do or die for Team 5. Just Chorus now with a UMP against 3 players that he has no information about whatsoever.
And they already understand now at some point, okay, he's got to be lane. We have Fasher pushed up in that arch side. He hasn't seen anything. Nobody sees anything small pit on the max side. So yeah, he's probably laner halls, and Stanley's probably going to get himself a kill right now. And will it be Stanley's 30th kill? It is. 31st, sorry.
Dominating. Okay, so the repercussions of your best buy you can absolutely get means that you're back to this half buy anyway, or well, you're going to spend your full cash no, regardless. So it's an CZ shotgun. What's that?
Palm does get a glass cannon on the field, so there's a powerful gun here. Unfortunately, it's in the hands of somebody that could be taken down simply with a nade, and this could get a little...
There's one. That's how they want to start it out. They go down mid. They take early aggression. It looks like Jazar kills himself with a nade. Is that how it ended up playing out? They take bottom banana right now. They're actually confused. Where are these Ts? They have to be over towards T-apps. They recover weapons, and they find what possibly is their first CT round after the dry spell, this being the 10th
Look where Mighty
round.
Max is. He's already... and now he's going to pop flash mid for Weber here. So, I mean... they're already in really great positions. You see Karis has no idea, and he's down. And now Weber's probably going to pick up a kill. Onto Palm.
Saved. Just saved his teammate's life. So a 2v4 back to a 2v2 as the rotators come up. It's starting to look a little bit like Classic as it's YZN on 17 HP. A pistol and a shotgun. There's a spray down to Weber, close it out. A 2v4 recovery. And it is just Team Endpoint being flawless on their T side.